Hi everyone, are you ready to make this turkey hat? I am so excited to do this with you guys. So let me show you what you'll need. For my class, I'm gonna pretty much send you what you need, but I won't send you everything. So let's go over what you'll need. Some crayons or markers or colored pencils to color with, a pair of scissors, a glue stick, and your materials. So when you're finished, it would look something like this. So it is a hat that you're able to put on. So you should have this paper right here and another paper with some more feathers on it. So the first step that you'll need to do for this is color. So using your best coloring skills, notice how I stayed inside of the line. You can do that too. Now, you can use any colors you want to. I am not picky. A turkey is normally a brown color, so that's why I have the turkey face a brown and the beak is normally a yellow or an orange. But I will leave it up to you, whatever colors you want to do. So in order to follow along with me, and it's very important that we listen and follow directions throughout this, you can go ahead and pause this video whenever you need to. You can go ahead and color what you have on your paper and do that now and then get back to me. So you can pause the video. So once you have everything colored, all of your feathers and the turkey face, it is time to cut. And by the way, guys, you can color as many feathers as you want. Obviously, everyone's name is a different length. So like some people's name, you might only have 3 letters. We're gonna be putting the letters of our name on 1 letter on each feather. And so if your name is only 3 or 4 letters long, but you wanna put more feathers on your turkey hat, go ahead and color as many as you want. It really doesn't matter to me. So, we are ready to cut. Now, if you don't know how to hold a pair of scissors, I've got my thumb in this smaller hole right here, and I've got the rest of my fingers in the bigger section here of the scissors, okay? And you're just gonna move them like that. You have to be very, very, very careful with scissors. It's very important because they can hurt, they can cut, so be very careful. Now, I'm gonna show you a little trick that I like to do that helps me to cut more, to cut better, so it's not so hard. If you want to, what I do is I kind of section off each piece. So I've just cut a straight line so that now I can cut around this feather. So I'm kind of breaking them up. And everyone has an extra turkey head in case you messed up. So I'm only using 1 turkey head, but you do have that extra in case you needed it. Let me go ahead and get rid of this paper. All right, so here is my turkey head, my feathers. I've got some more cut out that I'll get out later. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut. And when you're cutting, and I'm gonna do this as you're doing it, make sure you're just cutting around that line. So I'm just barely moving my scissors. I'm not going like chomp, chomp, chomp everywhere. I'm just gradually moving it up and down carefully. And as I'm cutting, notice how I'm turning the paper. It's kind of helping me to cut. Try your best. You may need some help from parents, but try to cut this yourself. It does not have to look perfect, it doesn't have to look like mine. This is your turkey hat, and it is going to be beautiful. And you can do it. So there is my head. And I'm cutting on that black line as best I can. Just doing this up and down motion with my scissors. And you're gonna wanna throw away those scrap papers, the papers that you're cutting left behind. get these out of the way. So again, we are cutting after we have colored. Make sure you've colored and then you can cut. Because that way, if you accidentally color outside of the lines, it's okay because you're gonna end up cutting it. All right. Now, if you're still working on coloring and cutting, you can just pause the video so that we're all caught up. Okay, so once you're done with that, here are my other feathers that I'm using. I want at least enough feathers to be able to write my name. Now, I'm gonna put Murray for me. Murray has 6 letters, M-U-R-R-A-Y. So I needed 6 feathers. So here are my 6 feathers. The next step we're gonna do is write our name. So each feather gets only 1 letter. So for example, I'm gonna do my name. Now you can take a marker to do this part if you have one, if you have some. So I am just spelling out my name, 1 letter for each feather, if that makes sense. And there we are. There's mine. Using your best handwriting. You may even want to do it in pencil first in case you mess up, and then you can trace over it in a nice dark marker so we can see your name clearly. The next part is, this is optional, something I wanted to kind of add to this, is to write down things that you're thankful for. That's a huge part of what Thanksgiving is about. It's not just about eating the turkey. It's about also being grateful for what we have. And so I am going to take each feather and write down some things I'm thankful for. Now, if you have a really long name, my name is pretty long, you don't have to take up all the feathers, but I'd like you to write maybe 3 things that you're thankful for, 1 on each feather. So I'm gonna go ahead and do mine. Now, you can turn it sideways to write, or you can do it like this and write smaller, that's fine, but I'm gonna turn each of mine sideways. And one thing that I'm thankful for is my family. So again, with a marker would be best. I did my coloring in crayon here, and I'm gonna come on top with a marker. Now, if you colored these in marker, get a black marker to do this part, so that it's kind of still showing up as best it can. And of course, you guys, you can either get help from someone at home with spelling, or you can try to just sound it out. But I'm thankful for family. I am also thankful for friends, my friends. You can come up with a lot of things, more things than you realize, for things that you're thankful for. I'm also thankful for my dog. I love my dog. I'm thankful for food, and you guys are welcome to use these examples. I'm thankful for, I'm thankful for my job, being a teacher. All right, and I'm also, let's see, I've got to think of one more thing. I'm thankful for my home. All right. So now I've got plenty of things written down that I'm thankful for, 1 on each feather. All right, it is time to move on to the trickier part of this. At this part, you probably will need help from someone at home. So let me show you what's going on here. You should have gotten 2 pieces of brown paper. What you'll do first is you will take two of the ends, overlap them just a little bit, and either glue it, staple it, or tape it. Whatever you've got at home, that will be best. Glue really may not work the best for this part. So hopefully you have something maybe a little bit sturdier at home, but at least try it. Someone's got to help you at home with this part. And what you'll do is after you've got that, you want to measure your head. Someone's got to help you put this on your head so you can figure out where exactly it needs to be connected. So I'm going to do that to my head right now and kind of measure it out. I have a bigger head than you guys do, so I'm going to use my staple here. So I'm overlapping it just barely because that was how big my head was. So make sure it fits your head. Just going to give it a few staples. Tape can definitely work as well. All right, so there's my hat. Now I'm almost done building my hat. I've got to then glue on my turkey face. If you guys are behind, you can just pause the video. All right, so my turkey face, let's see. I think I'm gonna put it on here to kind of cover those staples. So you want that turkey face to be the front. Like if you were to put this on your head, this is the front. So really it can go anywhere. And you're gonna glue that on. So what I would do is I would take your turkey head, flip it over, and glue most of the bottom part, but leave off the tippy top. So glue most of that bottom part. You don't want to put too much glue. You also don't want to just put a little dot. That's not going to be enough. But cover it. Okay. Get the edges. Make sure you've got the edges. And notice how I'm leaving a little space. I don't need the top of it. I just need most of the bottom and the middle of it. Okay. I'm going to flip it over, and I'm now going to glue it on. Straight up. Just like that. And kind of press it with your fingers. So there you go. Okay, we are almost finished. Now I've got to glue on my feathers. Now, I am not, this is important, I am not going to glue it on like I did the turkey face. I'm going to glue it on in the back, okay? Now, if you can't quite see, and that was kind of my fault also, if you can't quite see what you wrote for what you're thankful for, that's okay. But we at least need to see your name. So this, we don't want to glue it this way. We also don't want to glue it in the front, okay? It's facing us, and it's glued in the back, which means that on each of these feathers, I've got to glue the very bottom. On the side, I colored it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. On the very bottom, I'm gonna put some glue, cover it nice and well. And you can't see it because this glue that I have here is clear. Some glues are purple, which is nice that you can see it. So I'm just gluing a little bit on the bottom of each feather. Okay. And you may figure out that you need more glue, and you can take it off and you can re-glue it. It's pretty easy to take off. It's not going to be permanent once it's on there. And the next tricky part is to also kind of space it out. You still want your feathers to be kind of centered. What I'll actually do is start with my middle ones so that it's nice and centered. And you're just going to press it in there. And again, you might find out that you need more glue. I'm going to go ahead and work on mine here for a second, because I think I need some more glue on here. If you've got liquid glue at home, that might work better, but at least try it this way. And guys, it really doesn't have to be perfect. Does not have to. Well, this one just really needs some more glue on there. Might take you a couple tries to get it the way you want it to look. I'm finding out I need to put the glue a little bit higher. There we go. And I'll show you guys once I'm finished. Press it good with your fingers. And gluing on these feathers, guys, is the very last step. And there you have it. So let me show you what I've got here. Now, when I put it on my head, it's not going to be quite as floppy, but there is my turkey hat, guys. I am excited to wear these. We're going to wear them on a certain day, and I will let you know which day that's going to be. But I hope you guys had fun with this, and I will see you all soon with your turkey hats. Thanks, guys.